Won't it be nice to know that you can make prospects like you? In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make that happen. Scientific ways to make prospects like you. Pretty much 5 steps to be liked by prospects. My name is Iyore. I've trained over 25,000 salespeople across 5 countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I've been featured on a lot of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I worked at an organization where I was going to target to sell to 20 high net worth individuals, and I was able to bring in 21 high net worth individuals in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup for an all-expense paid trip. I moved to another organization where I was able to double my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. I'm currently the CEO for Advantage, and our specialty is in Salesforce management. Now, as a business consultant, we help team leads, CEOs optimize sales results by making them get their sales teams to produce results faster and in record time. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on my experience as a salesperson, my experience as a business consultant, relating with HNIs, relating with prospects, I've seen certain cues that make it possible for people to like you. I came across these things in materials I read. I came across these things even in movies, and I started to put these things to work even while I was still in my organization where I worked as a salesperson. While I was still there, trying to put these things to work to see if they really worked. And I'm going to show you some of the things that have really worked for me, and these things, they still work up to today. They are simply remarkable. The first one. Now, let me just bring some context here. When I talk about being liked by prospects, we must consider the environment in which we're meeting the prospects. Because the environment influences the outcome. Environment in terms of if you meet a prospect who was agitated and going through a crisis, you may not get the best with these principles at that point in time. We are looking at a case where the prospect has your attention, or you have the attention of the prospects rather. The prospects can actually listen to you and hear you. With that, I believe these principles would work perfectly. The first point here is it starts with you. The love you have for the least person in your life. Now, who is the least person in your life? Yes. Who is the least person in your life? When I talk about the least person in your life, I'm saying build genuine love for people. There are people who they value popular people. They value people who have a lot of money. They value people who they naturally have a liking to or chemistry with. But when they see people who, for some reason, they just don't like them, maybe they don't like people from their place, they don't like people who don't have the same beliefs, for whatever reason, when they see those people, they turn to another person. If you're still like that, I'm saying you're still like that because there are some things that we must grow beyond. Those things happen to children. You see, but as adults, if you're still like that, it means that you can't get every prospect to like you. Now, of course, I know that maybe someone may say, but Iyore, is it really possible to get every prospect to like you? That's not even the point. The point is, at least even have some principles and concepts that you can use to know that you can have the power to influence. And I'm going to show you why this is very, very important. Having things like gossiping is dangerous. Because the more, you see, when we talk about being liked by prospects, you must understand that we are looking at energy. The energy and vibes you're giving off. The word charisma, the word charisma comes from two root words. Charisma comes from charis and ma. Charisma. Charis means grace. Ma means results. Charisma means the result of grace. Now, what is grace? There are many definitions of grace, but one of the definitions is unmerited favor. That means someone doesn't deserve to be liked, because possibly in nature, people should do things good to you before you like them. But charisma means for no reason, I can choose to like you for no reason. And I'm saying this because your personal interactions, the late Stephen Covey used to say, private victories must precede public victories. When you are talking about being liked by prospects, it's a public victory. What is the private victory? How well do you like the people around you? How well do you like the people around you? When you gossip about someone, the person who you're gossiping with, in their mind, they start to see you as a negative person. So there are some traits and characteristics you must have to be able to show that you love the least person in your life. For example, giving the benefit of doubts. Don't be cynical. You just immediately suspect that everybody's thinking bad about you. Everybody has an evil intention about you. Give people the benefit of doubt. Yes, truly, some people may not like you. That's true. But give them the benefit of doubt. Someone not liking you does not affect you in any way. But you not liking anybody affects you badly. Just give people the benefit of doubt. Expect the best from people. Are you kind? Are you quick to give a helping hand? You see, I'm saying this because all these characters is what would now ooze out when you're in front of the prospects. Have you thought bad about someone before? Every time you thought about the person, you are not happy because some person had offended you. Every time you thought about the person, you thought bad things, and you're not happy. The day you met the person in public, you noticed that even the person felt that negative vibe from you. Because your thoughts show on your face. And the person just felt the energy that, this person doesn't really like me. You know what I'm saying? Because we've all experienced that at some point in our lives. And one of the things that will really help you is a trait called meditation. Meditation helps you create the right energy for instant likability. Thinking thoughts, the right thoughts. Muttering the right words about yourself. I like my prospects. I love myself. I like everybody I do business with. Those things you're saying, they go a long way to help you. So my first point, your love for the least person in your life will show how well and how much or how possible it will be for you to be liked by prospects. The more you grow in this area, the better you'll be. Number 2, which is really good, the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. Now, what we're saying here is that what you do for others, most likely people will do for you. And what do I mean? When you see a prospect for the first time, science has shown that when I read about the research that was done, they said they got a group of students together, and they found out that the most popular students, the one that everybody was attracted to, was the students who they said liked the most people. This means automatically, the more you like people, the more people like you. That's how it is. So if I know that the more I like people, the more people like me, it means that if I see a prospect for the first time and I genuinely like these prospects, the prospect will like me back. And what does it take to genuinely like someone? When you see someone in your mind, just look out for 5 things you like about the person. Just 5. And count it. I like the person's hair. Wow, nice shoes. I like his smile. Good color of skin. Takes care of skin very well. You're not looking at what they have per se. You're looking at them. You want to identify something. Okay, I like the person dresses. I like his dressings. You see? When you look at these 5 things, you mention these 5 things, you look out for it. See, it will take effort to identify them. You find out that the moment you start conversing with them, in your eyes, the smile will be genuine. Don't be like, no fake smiles here. No fake smiles. Have you been traveling before in the airplane and someone's giving you a fake smile? Maybe the air hostess. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can tell it's a fake smile. Because when you smile, your eyes must glitz. They must shine too. So, genuinely like the prospects. And the prospects will genuinely like you in return. Number 3, have ambassadors. Have ambassadors. Now, who are your ambassadors? An ambassador goes before you. An ambassador represents you. Who are your ambassadors? Your personal hygiene is your ambassador. If you're not smelling nice and you meet a prospect and you want to be liked, it's going to be difficult. If you're not dressing well and you meet a prospect and you want to be liked, it's going to be difficult. I remember when I was working in the bank then, I met this prospect. We had just met. This man said, man, I really like you. I want you to come and work with me. I run an oil and gas company. I need someone that can come and run that business for me. Come and work with me. He just met me. He wanted me to resign and come and work with him. Because it's possible for people to meet you for the first time and just like you. Why? Because you have ambassadors. How you dress, your hygiene, your business cards. Are they clean? Are they well put together? The pen you're using to write, are you using a proper pen that makes you more presentable? I hope you know a smile is part of dressing too. Eye contact is part of dressing. In fact, when it comes to eye contact, there's one principle that I love. They said when you meet someone for the first time, now, of course, you can choose not to use this one, right? But I like to use this one. I'm not telling you have to use this particular one, but I like to use it. When you meet a prospect for the first time, you want to look at them in the eye and determine the color of their eyes. Is it blue? Is it gray? Is it black? Is it brownish? For example, if you look at my eyes are not black, they're brownish. But you won't know if you don't look into my eyes. So when you meet your prospect for the first time, look into their eyes. Like you're trying to find the color of their eyes. And you find out that they will be thrilled. And you look like you're piercing into their eyes. I do that. So if you want to join me in doing that, that'll be good. That would also help you become liked by prospects a lot more. Number 4, make them the hero. Make them the hero. 4th step. This means that when the conversation is about to start, don't talk about your company first. Don't talk about yourself first. Let them be the hero of the conversation. And you do this by asking questions and you listening. Listen to understand them. Let them talk about their achievements. Now, if you notice, these concepts are not concepts tailored specially to prospects. These are general human interaction concepts. Let people talk about themselves. You're at a cocktail, you're at a wedding, you're at an event, you see someone you want to connect with, and you walk up to the person, you introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Iyore. I trust you're enjoying the event. Okay, what's your name? Then you're looking at the person. Then after exchanging pleasantries or giving compliments, you start to ask questions that will be tailored to them and what their interests are, not trying to talk about yourself. And please don't ask anybody what you do. Don't ask anybody what you do. Because when you ask a prospect what do you do, I remember on my wedding, I was getting married. During a traditional wedding, I have an uncle who came in for the wedding. He came with a G-Wagon. You know your G-Wagon, right? Now, this uncle was from my dad's side. Another uncle from my mom's side, he took him. Now, these were very rich men. I saw something that happened when we were sitting somewhere at the back. Now, the uncle from my mom's side goes to the uncle from my dad's side and he says, hey, good afternoon, my name is, introduce himself. Next question he asks is, what do you do? Now, I listened to the response of this is my uncle from my dad's side. He said, I do business. Now, the way he answered, I will never forget it. He answered in such a way that, in my mind, I said, should we be asking people what they do? He said, I do business. And he didn't say it in a rude way. He said it in a sarcastic, because he's a very jovial person. He said it in a sarcastic way. He said, I do business. And I thought it was, maybe he didn't want to talk about what he really does. He didn't want to say anything. Or maybe he was not comfortable with the question. Or maybe that question is not really appropriate. What should you ask instead when you meet someone? Instead of saying, so what do you do? I mean this, what do you do? Good question. Are you working on anything exciting recently? Are you working on anything exciting recently that you want to share? I would love to hear from you. That can be better than to ask what you do. Because some people may not be able to describe what exactly they do. The world we live in today, many people make money in many ways. But there could be things they're working on right now that they're excited about. So, like I said, make them the hero of the conversation. You want to be genuinely thrilled. And when somebody is talking to you about what they're doing, what they're working on, some of the exciting projects they're on right now, you want to be genuinely thrilled. Now, see, don't try to fake being thrilled because the prospect will see through you. Be genuinely thrilled. It's only after you've been thrilled and you've heard them out, you've asked questions, you've listened to them, then can you start to talk about yourself or your company or brag as well, if you have to. Because you don't forget that you're not just trying to make conversation for conversation's sake. You're trying to make conversation because you want to sell. Is that not so? Good. Because at the end of the day, it's a sale you want to achieve, or you want to get. So you want to also make sure that you sell yourself or sell your company as well. But that may not be necessary. What's most important and what is key in this conversation here is making them the hero. Let them talk about their achievements and talk about themselves. Now, when you're talking to people, please don't speak too slow. Don't speak too fast. And don't speak in a moderate way. What do I mean? Don't be monotonous. Fluctuate your tone of voice. And that's why, see, the way you ask questions really matters, right? Imagine if I ask you, I said, are you working on anything recently? Are you working on anything recently? How you ask it changes everything. Oh, are you working? So, I really like the way you look. Oh, awesome. Also, tell me about yourself. What's your next big project? What are you working on at the moment? You see? Because you want it to be conversational. You want the person to feel free to speak with you as much as possible. Another simple question could be, so how do you feel about your day? How's your day going? How do you feel about how your day is going? Because you want the person to talk about themselves. And when the person starts to talk, you can start to listen, you can start to ask more questions because you want the conversation to be about them. Before long, you hear people say things like, I don't know, I'm just messy, but I just feel like I wonder why I'm saying this to you. You know you've gotten to the person and the person can start to trust you and like you. Finally, do the subtle touch. Do the subtle touch. What do I mean? What do I mean by the subtle touch? There are places you can touch a prospect that the person will like you instantly. And I've done this quite a number of times. You're engaging in prospects and you want to, of course, you get close to the person a little bit, not too close, and you won't probably say, okay, sir, can we move this way? So you put your 2 fingers under the person's elbow here. Now, you're not going to touch it like this. It's going to be so slight that you may barely even get to his skin. Just touch. Science has shown that when you touch people like that, they'll like you a lot more. Just a subtle touch. Can we move this way? Okay, so what do you think? And so, or maybe imagine you're sitting across the table with someone and you say, oh, lovely. Right? You may not tap the person's hand like this, but you may get it as close as possible. It's very close. It's, oh, lovely. The person will feel like they've been touched already. So that subtle touch, that light touch, can go a long way to make you liked by prospects. So 5 simple steps to be liked by prospects. Let me do a recap for you. Number 1, love how you love this person in your life will go a long way to help you. Number 1. Number 2, love reciprocity. That means make sure you genuinely like them. Number 3, have ambassadors, your dressing, your appearance. Number 4, make them the hero of the conversation. Ask questions, listen to them. That will give you opportunity to build rapport and find common ground. And finally, number 5, do the subtle touch. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Look forward to seeing the next video. Please remember to share this video with others. Like, comment, subscribe. Watch the next video if you haven't. You can subscribe here.